Hey everyone, welcome to Pop XP. And before the show starts, make sure to click that subscribe button and click the bell to get notifications when we go live and we upload awesome new content. And don't forget, if you can, make sure to share our stream on all your social media outlets. We appreciate it, and thanks for helping us grow the Pop XP channel.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Thursday Night Live with Bill Tucci.
Behold his mighty hand.
Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang.
Just want to manage expectations.
Weird.
This is the worst.
Aloha, Old Bean.
Hello, Old Bean. How are you?
I am good. Greetings and salutations to everyone out there watching. Hello. How are you, my friend?
I can't even.
You can't even. I know. The darling Deborah will be joining us. The fair Deborah will be joining us momentarily. Sorry, trying to fix my camera here in anticipation of her coming. Welcome, everybody, to Thursday Night Live with Billy Tucci, JC Vaughn, and Debbie Tucci will be joining us. And today is the 5th of July in the year of our Lord, 2025.
June.
What'd I say?
July.
I'm getting ahead of myself because we're making a lot of big announcements come July, but we're going to give everybody a little hint here. But July 5th is when we're going to make our and actually go live with all of our San Diego Comic-Con special editions.
Is your hint, does it involve the Night of Nights?
Well, tonight, the reason why today is such a hallowed evening, because today is indeed, Old Bean, the Night of Nights. 81 years ago, at this very hour, about less than 15,000 American paratroopers were descending upon the Cotentin Peninsula in Normandy, France. The liberation of Europe and 5 years of Nazi tyranny was about to come to an end. We have lights. This light, that light washes us out. I'm a professional. I've done 700 of these. I'm professional. You try. Look who it is.
What did you do with your hair?
I don't know.
Looks really bad.
I just took a shower.
Hey,
Billy's hair looks bad today.
Yeah, I did.
Deb,
Yes.
I never rag on people's hair.
Oh, see, yes.
Just seems unfair.
Okay.
It seems unhair.
I can though.
Hang on, let's move this way. Why don't you come over here with me?
I'm trying to. It's not working very
Chill
well.
over. So,
Why do I always get this chair?
because I'm too heavy for that
You
chair,
just-
and I sink all the way down.
You just like
You're light.
to watch me spin in circles and look like an
Jeff, how
idiot.
much you weighing these days, and how you sleeping?
I sleep
How-
poorly, but I think my weight's probably around 171.
Thank you.
Really?
Yeah.
Me too. I'm 171 too.
Hello, Mr. Fraga. Hello, Tamala.
No, I wish I was.
Tamala, thank you for the very sweet
Oh,
things
she
you
is the
wrote
best.
about us.
Yes, this
week.
is to you, honey.
It was very, very kind and very sweet. And thank you for being on.
Yep. Salute. So as I said, today is the 81st anniversary of the invasion of Normandy. A lot of people think it was June the 6th, 1944. But it actually was June the 5th because the U.S. paratroopers landed on French soil just before midnight. The Pathfinders, if you will. And there's a great story about town of St. Mary-Glise where and it's in a book called Night Drop. I don't know why the author's name escapes me, but There, this woman is in her home. She hears all these anti-aircraft fire going off, gunfire, etc., etc. Then it ebbs, and she hears a roar of airplanes, and then it just ebbs. So it woke her up, so she feels she has to go to the loo. You familiar with the loo?
Howdy.
Yes. So, because in Europe, they still don't have bathrooms inside their house. Did you know they don't have toilets in their house still? They still use outhouses in Europe.
That still happens, yes.
I think all over Europe.
So when I was in France the first time, we were at a restaurant, and the restrooms were upstairs, and the restrooms were literally holes in the floor.
Wow, look at that. That was France? Paris?
That was Paris. Not Paris, but
not
France.
disturbing at all.
Is that when you almost got kidnapped? Or the guy wanted to kidnap you when you were...
That might have been Nice or Nîmes or Monte Carlo.
Have you ever heard Debbie's story?
In Paris.
Have you ever seen the movie Taken? Debbie was almost taken.
I don't know that for sure.
Well, you could have if you decided to go over there.
Well, like I said, and I don't know that for sure either. It was just my father planted that seed. So the very short version of that story is I went to Paris. I went on a trip to France and Switzerland and Italy for an afternoon in high school with the French club because I took French. And my mother and my aunt were with us going as chaperones to the on the trip. But my father, who was nothing if not always an overprotective dad, and I loved him for it, although I probably didn't like it so much in high school, was warning me and explaining to me, there's still human slavery over there, and they take still human slavery all over the world. But I was very sheltered from that. So he basically put the fear of God in me. And then I think it was Monte Carlo that it was the one night they separated the chaperones from the students. So the teachers who were on the trip stayed with the students, and all the parent chaperones went to a casino, and they closed a nightclub for a couple of hours just for the kids on our trip. And towards the end of the timing that the nightclub was closed just for the high school kids, they started to allow people to come in. They just weren't allowed on the dance floor until we had cleared out. So I was dancing with my friend Trisha and having a great time. And this man walks over to me and says, "Mr. Gadzoo would like to speak with you." and I went, "Who?" And he points.
How old were you?
I was 16.
Okay.
He points to a very large man, in a fez and some tuxedo jacket, and he had a big round belly, and he was just looking at me like this. And I ran and hid in the coat room. I waited for the rest of my classmates to come and get their coats. I left with them.
So speaking of that, we're going to be getting 40th anniversary celebration of Debbie Steffens not being kidnapped fezzes. And they will be debuting at this year's San Diego Comic-Con. So come and get your free Debbie fez. It's going to say Debbie.
Everyone in a fez looks the same to me.
Well, I think we should get them. I mean, Don Simpson had those awesome paper painter hats.
No.
Deb,
Yes.
he's on to something here.
Right, see?
No, he's
free
not.
Debbie.
No fezzes that say free Debbie.
Save Debbie. Save Debbie.
Are we saving Debbie from you?
No, from Mr. Gadzoo.
Mr. Gadzoo never got me. So
Well, that's why it's Save Debbie. The Fed is Save Debbie, and the Lord Protector will be the duck stick. There'll be a duck stick pin on it. We really should do a duck stick pin for San Diego. Anyway, Jeff, tell me if you think this is a little cringe or crazy.
Yes.
And you tell me what you think, because this is kind of similar to what you did.
Always do.
You did to me in college.
What did I do to you?
I'm going to show you. You tell me if you think this is crazy or if you think this is cute. Because I wrote, I don't know why, but I'm having. Let me just share it first. So let's just pause this, and you tell me what you think. Okay. Hang on, everybody. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So.
Who is this person?
I don't know. I don't know. Some
Aren't you
woman.
supposed to give people credit and stuff like that when you use
I don't know. Anyway, so I wrote here, I don't know why, but I'm having a problem with this. Okay, and are you ready?
Yeah.
So let's go big with her, and you let me know what you think, and you let me know if it reminds you
Which
of anything.
screen am I supposed to be looking at?
It doesn't matter. Look at this one.
Okay.
I saw this really cute guy at the grocery store the other day, so naturally I followed him to the checkout counter, and when he gave the cashier his credit card, I peeped it to see what his name was. And then I Googled him and found his social media profiles, and I was able to tell that he was single. So I went through his friends list and I found his mother's page. And then I looked through his mother's page and I saw that she was a member of this book club that's in my area. So I sent a request to join the book club. So I went to the book club meeting and I met his mom there, and we bonded over some books that we both liked. And she just thought I was so nice. And I brought it up randomly in conversation that I was single. And she let me know that she had a son that was single also that lived in the area. And maybe it would be cool for us to get together and chat sometime. So I gave her my number, which she gave to her son. And this morning he texted me and asked if I'd like to get together this weekend and do something. So I guess we're going to go on a date. I'm really excited.
So what do you think? Is that cute? Is that terrifying?
Did you just say I did something like that?
Yeah, remember? Well, you kind of stalked me. You said it's not me saying this.
There's a big difference between how manipulative she was.
Is that manipulative? I think it's kind of. I feel kind of like
I have to say it was spectacular.
See, it's almost like if you like take a fuse out of your car.
Out of the heater,
night.
Out of the heater,
so that you
the
disconnect the heater
closer to you.
I agree, Robert Frag. I was thinking that too.
So your date will have to snuggle up with you.
Yes,
to keep
she
warm.
would make a great detective, Tamala. She would, wouldn't she?
So what do you guys?
See, I would never get that far.
Good. So believe it or not,
Just trying to make me
no, I'm not. When we were in college, Debbie looked exactly like she looks now, I was cute back then. So that's how I got a girl like Debbie. And there was 8 girls every guy at our school, and a bunch of those guys were gay.
So Tamala, if it was a guy creepy though, again, it depends, right?
Is that almost like pretty privileged? Like if she was like
first of all,
month?
Intention has a lot to do with it, right? I don't know.
You don't know. You kind of think it's cute, don't you?
Well, no, I'm still hung up on the similarity you're seeing, but I was not that.
Oh, let me go to Facebook.
Determined.
I just respect it a lot.
I mean, there's something to be said for seeing what you want and going for it, right? I think that's the part of this that's admirable. And I think it depends whether she plans on if they hit it off, telling him that she, had such a good feeling about him and liked him so much that she went through all this trouble, or is it just going to be this weird coincidence? And what if he recognizes her from the store? Is that just going to be a weird coincidence?
How would he recognize? So what? Like, oh, I did see you at the store. So what?
Yeah, I gotta say, I like the strategy. I think it's brilliant.
See,
and I heartily endorse it. Now, if she
So
turns
why
out to
did
be
you think it was creepy?
I don't think it's creepy. I was asking you. I asked, is it creepy or is it?
You said why? Why am I having a problem with this?
Why can't I edit the audience? Oh, I'm so mad.
What did you do?
I can't edit the. I'm going to copy the link and I'm going to try to share it.
All right,
Really, Jeff. Sorry, Jeff.
When you get a chance, I emailed you an image that goes to your whole Fez thing.
Oh, I can't get my emails here. I'm on the PC.
Okay, so we're
sorry.
It always.
Well, you can share it. Why don't you share it?
It always screws up when I try to do that, but let's try.
Try it. Share your screen.
Can we go past the Fez thing?
No. Fezzes are very important. Save Debbie Fezzes.
It's not important. That's a really nice Catwoman.
Thank you. I drew it the other night.
She got a big butt.
Yeah, I drew her butt big because I came in late, and I'm like, how am I going to get attention?
Whoever likes big butts
Give me it. I'll show everybody.
Love this Catwoman. Holy cow. She's beautiful, though.
Thank you. It's not quite done.
She's got a J-Lo butt.
She got a big old butt.
Hey, Nicholas. Thank you.
Yeah, it's disturbing, Billy.
There's the butt. Well,
I don't think it's disturbing. I like it.
All right, Old Bean. Let's see if you shared. I'll stop sharing my screen. Yeah, hey. Jeff.
What? Oh no!
When was this?
The TV movie that I saw that was like 2 Saturdays ago, and they were just running ads for it incessantly. So I think I told you I was physically, after being sick for so long, I was feeling really low, and that was the only thing I created that like whole first half of that week. Was I wrote this and sent it to Mark Haynes and said, make up some slides for me.
That's so great. So great. Thank you for that. Love it.
So see, to me, the Fez is an automatic.
See? Red Fezes, though, for Debbie. Or
Yes.
purple. Purple's your cover. Your color. I think red is good. Save Debbie. Fez.
Oh, purple might be good.
Enjoy the barbecue,
Yeah.
Tamala.
Bye,
Thanks
Tamala.
for being on.
Yep. So anyway, we got a lot of cool things. Big things are happening this week and this month for Crusade Comics.
And next month.
And next
the
month.
next
Yeah,
month,
I
and
said
the
it.
next
Yeah,
month.
we got a lot of cool things. First of all, Jeff, we received today our She Haikyuu #2 books.
Ooh.
Our direct.
That's number 1.
It's Haikyuu #1. Okay, Haikyuu #1. See, we're so ahead. We're even done with Haikyuu #2, and Haikyuu #1 is just coming out. So here's our direct market editions of Haikyuu #1,
The
32
fact that
pages.
we just got them this week means they went to Diamond this week.
Yep. Of course, Jeff with the previously in She.
Ah,
Yes, thank you for that, Jeff. Thank you, Old Bean, for that.
excellent.
Yep. And so we have my Billy Tucci regular edition. Then we have the Jeff Chapman variant cover. It's so cool. I love this cover.
That was a great piece.
I love this cover.
Yep, and
And
so did
then-
everyone else.
Yep,
That was
and then-
a really
yep.
that was one of. So there are only
I gotta bag this.
2. Ooh, what was that noise that came out of my mouth?
I think it was Mr. Gadzoo
There were
channeling your
only
Mr. Gadzoo.
2 variant covers that were drawn by people other than Billy that approached Billy's numbers in our crowdfunding covers, and that was one of them. The
Yeah.
other one was the
Kenneth
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 Rocafort.
Rocafort's was just look how great.
Yep.
Mindy Lopkin put this all together. She did a terrific job, capital job. She did. Here's the back cover with the ISBN number. 32 pages of Haikyuu #1, and oh my, look at that cliffhanger, Jeff. It ends with it's actually a cliffhanger. It ends with a phone. It ends with a Rashi. No, Blevins hanging up on Pete Denise, the incarcerated Pete Denise. So that's first on the list. So that's out. That'll be in your comic shops Wednesday.
I don't know. All I know is that if it ships to us, it shipped to them. So they probably got it a day or so after us. So
Okay.
possibly Wednesday or the following Wednesday.
All right, that's cool then. Okay, so we did our girls. I didn't show this. So let's going back to, but I digress back to our earlier conversations when I was talking about. Let's see if the audience here is right again. Oh God, it's so frustrating. Facebook. When I stream to Facebook, Jeff, the audience is private. I can't
Besides this.
change the audience. You know what I mean?
That's
Like
really weird.
to public or even friends. It's so frustrating.
Very weird.
Yep. And I apologize to all our Facebook people because you're missing it. But you can go to YouTube or you can go to X. But anywho, leave it because
I
it
did
shows.
leave it. I was
okay,
just
okay.
curious as to what.
Well,
Never mind.
Anyway, so again, as today is the 81st anniversary of D-Day, of the Great Crusade, the invasion of Europe, Normandy. I'm going to share Debbie's favorite look of mine.
Oh no,
You love that look.
no, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Debbie loved this.
Hated it.
Here's me, Jeff, at our favorite, at one of our digs,
But
the
here's-
American Air Power Museum.
Can I say something about this, as you call it, look of yours? So
Sure.
it's kind of fitting in the getup he has on, but
But what?
on an everyday basis, with you like in a nice summer button-up shirt and shorts,
Oh,
and that hair.
Yeah,
You look ridiculous.
That's true. It worked that day.
That's it. And we were stuck with it for months.
And then we went out. Remember we
He
went
was
out.
committed to the role.
Yes, I totally was committed to my craft, a method actor, if you will.
It was redonkulous.
But this is me honoring the Filthy 13, whom the Dirty Dozen is based off of. And the Filthy 13 were the 3rd Battalion Demolitions Platoon of the 506 Parachute Infantry Regiment. If you guys are aware of Band of Brothers, that was Easy Company in the Parachute Infantry Regiment. They were the Demolitions Platoon, attached to headquarters, I think. The 101st Airborne, Screaming Eagles, and this was me in my getup as one of the paratroopers of the Filthy 13, and allowed me to get a mohawk at 50 years old or whatever I was.
I don't even think you were 50 yet.
No,
Did you get up in a C-47 during that one?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So we got up in the C-47. We take people on board, and they wear the jump jackets and the helmets, and they all get a name of somebody. And the particular sticks that they had was Easy Company, was Band of Brothers. And then so we fly around the island, and we give them a whole idea of what the paratroopers were wearing, because you load it down with all the gear, everything that they wear, and you describe all your weapons and what the mission was and all that. And then and each person in the stick represents one of the paratroopers. And then at the end, they have the jacket with the name on it, and then they find out the fate of that paratrooper. Yeah. So it's pretty. It's very moving. They're doing another one, but I'll be at Garden State Comic Fest. So whoa. Oh,
sorry, guys.
It's all right. So I won't be able to do that this year. But I love doing it. I had a lot of fun, man. And you just want to walk around with a Tommy gun and a 1911 and wear all authentic World War II gear. I think my pistol holder right there, my holster right there, that's a reproduction, as is my jumpsuit, but everything else is all World War II era. Vintage, yes. Authentic, if you will.
No, that's pretty cool.
Let's just get that.
And that was up at American Air Power Museum, right?
Yep, the American Air Power Museum.
You remember when we shot the video for Boys of Company Z?
Yes.
I've never been fatter.
Del Cohen has all the footage.
In all seriousness, I must have lost 25 pounds since then.
Yeah, I think you did, because
you filmed something for that?
We filmed the whole trailer, but we took polls. No one's going to buy it. We have to that's why we do Shield. That's why we're doing these new Ran, because that's what people want.
I just want to know why you wasted time doing that. That's what I
couldn't afford to do it.
So why did you waste time?
Because I thought people would want it.
It was a great video.
Oh, I'm sure it is. And
it's not done. We just shot it. It's not edited.
Well, maybe
there's a great scene of me chasing a zombie and then a zombie chasing me.
Yep, it was one of the World War II weekends like that, like that one, the D-Day thing. So we all went, and I shot the video there. And Jeff were you the cameraman? Who were you, Jeff?
I was the cameraman.
Yeah, and Rock and Damo become infected Nazis out there.
And I remember I'd pop out of the tank and look around.
Yeah, don't you remember the makeup that we put on them at the house and everything? They were the zombies with all the makeup and stuff. They were in our house doing it.
They were in our house filming a lot of things.
No, then we went to the Air Power Museum.
Are we forgetting the whole Sergeant Rock series?
Yeah, that was so great.
And how we always had strange people in our house so that you could film them for reference.
They were strange to you. They weren't strange to me.
Some of them were strange to you too.
They were awesome guys. So so we showed up, and I had the World War II costume, the uniform on, and Rock and Damo and Jeff showed up as Jeff, similar to what he's wearing now, but 25 pounds heavier. And Rock and Damo showed up just as Waffen SS zombies, and they were terrorizing all the people running around and stuff like that. People were like, what the hell is? It was a lot of fun, and we shot the whole video. Del Cullum came. Del shot it all, and at the end, the what happens at the end? Do they kill me or they kill you? And the camera, you run away at the end.
I remember we shot our own outtakes.
Yeah, but they chase you at the end.
Yeah, they're chasing me, but then like the outtake version of it is then I'm chasing them.
Oh yeah, then we did. That's right. Then we did the outtakes with the mute. That's right. Yeah, that's right. And Del has all that stuff. I wish you guys. The Company Z is. I think it's amongst my best things I've ever created. And literally, what the story is about is World War II reenactors.
what's his name?
Oh yeah, well we got
Albuquerque
to. I'm
about
hoping
that.
to talk to him in San Diego. Hopefully he'll come. The wheels.
I got to tell you, some way, one way or the other, we got to find a way to do it because
I know. It's too good not to. It really is.
it is 100%.
We're kind of leaving the audience out of this.
Okay, so
They are not. They're hearing this, but seriously, they're here to hear about She. Debbie's right. Let's talk about what you guys have added to this campaign that's already gangbusters.
All right, so for She Gatecrasher, which is live, I'll link to the Indiegogo page. Let's do that first.
I've heard of She Gatecrasher.
Yeah, pretty cool actually, pretty groovy. We'll go to the Indiegogo page. That's what we'll share.
Both of them.
The Kickstarter, the links are in there, honey. They are.
Okay.
So, what we have right now is She Gatecrasher. I am done with all my pencils. I have 2 pages left to ink, if you will, and I think I'm going to ink them, Jeff. So that's all I have to do. 40 of the over 4, I think 42 or 44 of the finished pages are at Hi-Fi Color Design, are loaded up for them to start coloring. And I know they started coloring that. So that said,
pictures of any of the pages that we could show.
No, I'm gonna do that next week. That's what we're gonna show next week.
Yeah,
because I don't want to. Jeff, I want to show the final art, the final black and white art, but I don't want to spoil it because there's such cool stuff in it. And then she came up with a great idea.
Individual frames,
Panels.
not the panels, not the entire page.
Listen, I think there's a couple of pages you could do without ruining anything, but I agree, Deb.
Yeah, just some great panels. I mean, there's so many great panels in this, so there's a ton of them that we could.
I love the last page.
In order? No, you don't.
No. So anyway, so here's She Gatecrasher, our Indiegogo campaign, which is now in demand. We have over 1,000 backers. We are over $105,000. Thank you all very, very much. And with this book, once all the pages are complete and to the colorists, we're going to close this campaign. We're going to close this and the Kickstarter. We're going to close them for good because we want to move on to the next one.
Start working on and actually, and I have to put this in an update, which I'll probably do Monday. These 2 campaigns will be the first 2 campaigns. I'm 99% sure we will not be using backer kit.
We won't be using backer kit for this campaign.
For Gatecrasher, yes.
Interesting.
Russ seems to think that he's figured out how we need to do it. So I know a lot of Indiegogo people, not a lot, but some Indiegogo people were never fans of the surveys to begin with. But now that Kickstarter has late pledges, or I don't remember, I think they call it late pledges and Indiegogo calls it in demand.
In demand, yeah.
That there's really less of a need for backer kit. So we're gonna attempt it. If for some reason it doesn't work out, we can always default to backer kit, but I think we're gonna give this a try and try to keep it all in-house. And hopefully Russ will be able to do what he thinks he can do.
All right.
So we'll keep everybody updated, but I will let everyone know on Monday that that's our intention and that hey, Bobby, and that we'll be starting to get the surveys together so that as soon as we actually close Kickstarter, the surveys can go out.
Yeah, because we want to launch Ran, our next book, Ran, Revenge of the Warrior, which is and here's a cover idea I have that I was sketching today. Total badass. But let's show the video for anyone that's not aware of Gatecrasher. Let's watch the video. Okay, Old Bean, are you ready?
I love this video. It's my favorite one of Billy's.
I agree.
Fun videos by far.
What's up, everybody? Billy Tucci here, and I am so proud to announce our latest original graphic novel, She Gatecrasher. In Gatecrasher, Anna Ishikawa, allied with Ran, my original concept for She, finds herself trapped in comic book time and must battle through a cartoonist's history to find her way back to her daughter, Otaru. Starting in 1938, Gatecrasher will take the reader on an amazing adventure across comics' incredible decades, trends, and genres that includes war, westerns, horror, apes, Nazis, space chicks, superheroes, romance, robots, dinosaurs,
like that.
commies, cartoons, crime, bad girls, zombies.
Duckstick.
Along the way, the pair will stand side by side with the world's greatest indie and public domain heroes before coming face to face with Brian Pulido's iconic Lady Death. Sworn! Written by J.C. Vaughn and illustrated by me, Leandro Oliveira, and Hi-Fi Color Designs Brian Miller, She Gatecrasher is literally the destroy all monsters of comic book characters that features variant covers by Stan Sakai, Art T-Bear, Rini Strinkalski, and the legendary Rob Liefeld. So please join us on this fantastical four-color adventure. I want to thank you for over 30 wonderful years in comics, and I know you're just going to love Gatecrasher. I'll see you in the funny books. There you go. There. God bless. She Gatecrasher live on Indiegogo and Kickstarter right now for the final 2 weeks of the campaign. And what we had today is Debbie picked up and approved, right? The mock-ups, Old Bean, of our metal and foil editions.
So
if you want to show it, I'm going to go big on you. Let me just stop the screen for a second.
Big on me.
There you go.
Maybe we'll have all.
Let me see if I can change the outlet.
Yeah, can you?
There you
Yeah,
go.
there you go.
So I don't. So we'll start with the main image, and if you can see what's the wrong light for this, honey. We need that light.
Well, I can hit that light and see. See?
There we go.
Well,
turn that one off.
I don't think that's a good idea.
So that
Yeah,
is
see, it's not.
you can see you can see how it's throwing light now. It's not absorbing that big square.
There you go. So here is the mock-up of the
metal.
The
that's
metal
the
edition.
Stainless steel edition.
Is this a hardcover or no?
That will go on the hardcover. Yes, it will. So that will be a hardcover edition. And if you want.
And this is actual aluminum, right?
Stainless steel.
Stainless steel. So there's a cool cover for that. The wicked cool cover.
And then we also have the metal edition of She and Rand side by side.
Oh yeah, let's see that. Let's
see
show
how
that.
and that's also a stainless steel edition.
The first appearance of Ran, who will be launching her own comic at the end of this month. Ran, Revenge of the Warrior. And I'm having a lot of fun with that right now. Conceptualizing and all. Got our cover artists. Our cover artists for the books will be by me, Dan Lawless, Leandro Oliveira, and Fred Bennis.
Who we have to add to the campaign.
Yes, because Fred came in and did a bang-up job.
Fred has been working with us on finishes in addition to Leandro to try to speed things along.
But it gives a nice, because there's so many varying styles.
And then this is the Stan Sakai metal edition on what we call ceramic metal.
Yes, this is a ceramic metal.
It is a coated stainless steel, and that white looks like white ceramic or white porcelain. So you gotta hit the light, honey. You gotta reflect the light on it. No, not such an idiot.
Why the hell would you want me to?
I'm gonna hit you.
See, it washes it out, babe. It's too much.
Hey, people pay to watch that.
Anyway, we need it. We should do this at the office because the lighting's really good there.
We should have.
And set up everything. Well,
that would have been a great idea.
Get your son and his girlfriend to set up a studio there with the backdrops and everything. They can do it. Give them a project.
Okay, fine.
There you go.
You can put that in.
So there you go. The Stan Sakai actual metal edition, colored by the great Thomas Gatt.
Now, will that be on a softcover or hardcover?
Yeah. They will all be on the cover that the actual book is on. So the She Lady Death metal will be on the hardcover because that's the book that it's on. All the other ones will be on softcover.
We got super chat. I'd like to recognize a $2 super chat from the great Nicholas Gear. Hello, buddy. Thank you for that super chat. Howdy to you, my friend. Please let us know what shows you'll be at, brother, because it would be great to hang out with you. I know.
That's the Rob Liefeld.
The great
edition.
Rob Liefeld, the legendary. Here is Rob's variant cover. He doesn't do covers for other people, so we're very honored with our friend was able to come through for us. I just love this man. Eat your heart out, John Malin. Eat your heart out, bro. Eat your heart out, because I got Rob Liefeld, the douchey cover. We've gotten Jim Lee, Mark Silvestri.
We're very lucky. We have very good friends.
Yeah. I mean, Adam Hughes, Frank Frazetta, Old Bean.
Mike Soloff.
Mike Soloff never did a she cover.
Oh, I saw him doing it.
He just didn't publish it.
Yeah, did he? He did, yeah. It's horrible. It's horrible.
It was a stick figure.
You know, one of my, it was one of my all-time favorites was you guys had gone to do a panel at the Pittsburgh Comic Con. And
he did that multiple years in a row. What you're
yeah.
Sell.
Oh yeah. And so you guys are off at the panel. Mike sits there with one of Billy's unfinished drawings, eyeing it like he's going to be drawing it, and he can't quite decide what to do. And people come up and ask, "Could I have a sketch?" And he sets it aside, and then he does his horrible stick figures.
Yeah.
Remember with the stick figure dog and everything?
Yes. Heem.
No,
and
Heem
Sparky.
and Sparky. Sparky was the dog.
Heem and Sparky, yes.
And then I love his start. I was talking to the other day about he has only one he has the Blade Runner poster. The original one of the original posters from that was put in the theaters. Signed by everyone except for two of the minor characters.
Mm-hmm.
He's got Harrison Ford. He's got Ridley Scott. I mean, everyone. And his first autograph was it James Hung? I think that's his name.
James Hung.
Yeah. So Soloff's waiting online holding the poster. And
I'm not sure everybody out there is aware who Mike Soloff is.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's our pal. If you want to send Soloff the link, send him the link, Jeff.
He's just moved. His connection's lousy.
Okay, all right. So anyway,
the infamous sloppy bun.
There's your sloppy bun. So anywho, so Soloff said that, and the guy James Hahn goes, "Hey, would you like me to sign that?" And Mike's like, "Yeah, sure, thank you." He had never got anything signed before, apparently, whatever. And the guy signed. He goes, "Okay, well that'll be $60." He's like, "Oh," and then there's the line of everybody there signing it. And Harrison Ford's there, Ridley Scott's there, I think, and he. Everyone he goes down is like, yeah, $60. And by the time he gets to the end, Ridley Scott is the last one, and Ridley Scott's eyeing him. And he goes, "Would you like me to sign that?" And he's like, "I only have $2 left." And he goes, "All right, give me $2." And Ridley Scott.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's great.
Yeah. He goes, "All right, give me $2."
And it's a beautiful poster. Amanda Sheriff, who edits Scoop and Overstreet Access for us, has done that with her original Halloween poster. But she's also had everybody who's ever played Michael Myers sign it.
That's cool.
Including Austin Powers?
Yeah, I suppose. Maybe including William Shatner.
Oh, that's the ticket to get Shatner to sign it. $60. Wouldn't that be a coup to get Shatner to sign that?
You bet that Shatner's $60. I bet he's 200.
All right, I think it's worth it.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
A bottle of scotch.
Oh, look how young you are.
I know. It's a long time ago.
With your box cutter.
My box cutter, threatening Soloff.
So, JC, if I may.
Yes.
When we first started discussing the variant covers that we are fortunate enough to have for Gatecrasher, you and I specifically raved at how our friend Irene Strikalski.
What kind of Polak are you?
How well she understood and performed the assignment, right?
Absolutely.
So I had a vision when I first saw that cover of what I ultimately wanted it to look like. And I insisted that it be one of we call them chromes, but they're actually holofoil covers.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, the holofoils.
Look at that, baby.
Yeah, here's
Ooh.
Reenie's.
Nothing quite as good as being right.
Yeah, holofoil edition. Look at that.
You gotta go back. You're too close.
Too close.
Let me, Jeff.
Make
I'm
it go
gonna.
bigger, Billy.
Yeah.
Way
Go
back.
bigger on you guys.
And way back.
There you go.
There you go. And now move it. Can you see all the lightning strikes going through that?
There you
Yeah.
go. See it? Yeah.
And you know, we're
And this
doing our
is
best.
it looks
to show you.
3D. Look how badass
It
that
looks
is. Look at
so
that.
good.
It actually bizarrely looks lenticular.
Yeah, it
It
does.
looks so good. And I knew that's
Thank
what
you,
it was
Reenie.
going to look like.
Yeah.
So, Reenie, thank you for knocking
Yeah, well,
it out of the park.
the minute you showed that to me, you know we were in agreement on it. So
Yes. I
Yeah.
was like, this is what this story is.
Yeah.
This, I'm
it's
just.
an explosion of characters.
So, if you have not pledged for this cover,
You crazy. You so crazy.
grab it now. Well, I don't know
Yeah,
how many specifically are left because this is limited. I believe there's I think either 35 or 50 on each campaign. But this,
Because these are printed separately, right? Then we print
Yeah,
the
now these
interior.
will be printed as are. These are not printed. These are not gang printed with everything else. These will be print like
digitally printed.
on this prototype. You're seeing that it's all one cover. So this is what it will ultimately look like. With the back cover will also be foiled just like it is here.
And you approved it? Done? Looks good to me.
Yes.
Excellent. Because we have to, because these take longer because they're such a low print run. So that's why you want to finish get our numbers because they're all numbered, right? Are those numbered?
Yes, these are all numbered. So, like I said, if you're out there and you have not pledged for this one, I highly recommend that you do because it really is the epitome of what this story, saga, drama, whatever you'd like to refer to it as is all about. Now, how should we discuss this?
We're going to lead into now. Okay, so we're going to give you guys a little sneak peek about, because we're so ahead of the game.
Well, we have to start with what this year represents,
Yes.
where this is concerned.
We have 3 major milestones, 30th anniversary milestones in 1995. One is the Cyblade She Cyblade crossover. We're going to do for San Diego Comic-Con, we're going to do a special 30th anniversary edition of that.
Yes, Dip, I don't disagree. Go ahead, don't worry about it. It's for me, not you. Keep going.
The second one, which we're going to hit later on this year, it's the 30th anniversary of Tomoe. Tomoe #1 debuted 30 years ago. And that's like in July, I think that book came out. It was She #6, Tomoe #1. And then Amanda Connor did the Tomoe #0 book. So we're going to do some big things because everyone's always requesting, is Tomoe in this book? Is she going to be in that one? Blah, blah, blah. We're going to go big with Tomoe. And thirdly, it's the 30th anniversary of Shi Senryaku, which was our big crowdfunded campaign from 3 years ago? 3 years ago.
2 technically.
Okay. So we're going to
say a little something about that.
Sure.
So we knew, even though we called it the 25th anniversary when we first solicited the omnibus, we knew we were closer to 30.
It's a little white line.
And it was still so celebratory of that anniversary, but we, shall we say, overprinted enough knowing that we had plans for the 30th anniversary
to do special editions.
So first and foremost, and I do not have a sample of this, but anybody that got the HD Pearl Metal edition of the She 30th anniversary original art book, we will be doing a cover like that for Senryaku as well, with the raised
metal
printing and the pearl metal in the background.
That's a pearl metal.
And that will be very highly limited, probably to 30.
Yeah.
Plus some specials. Maybe we'll do some for San Diego. I would like to have some for San Diego. But in addition,
this is going to be cool, Jeff.
Going back probably, so we've been working with I Am Photographics now for how long? When did
I don't know that stuff. I don't know.
Okay.
I've known him. I've been friends with him for a long time.
Let me ask my question.
Sure, ask away.
What year did we first start crowdfunding sheet?
5
Return
years
of the
ago.
Warrior.
5 years
It was
ago, I think.
2020.
Yeah, I think 2020.
So probably late in 2021, I started talking to I Am Photographics, and they were working with all different kinds of medium. And I had said back then, you know, just the Japanese culture that we try to infuse in what we do, and the importance of wood block prints always made me want to have a wood cover.
Yes, an actual wood
cover. And Devin showed me a few things, the gentleman from I Am Photographics, and they were all super thick. I'm like, I can't put this on a book. It weighs 3 times what the book weighs. And they were close to, probably over a ½ inch thick, probably pushing 3/4 of an inch, and very heavy and very solid. But Devin always remembered that I wanted to do that. Well, guess what?
He did.
Up.
He figured out how to do it.
I have in my hands here, little ASMR going on there, a wooden cover. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know, if you could see this in person, you can actually see the wood grain.
You can look at the back and see the wood grain.
But when you look at the colored version in person, you can see the wood grain through the ink. Yeah. And this border here is left
very elegant,
nude, if you will,
yeah.
Or it's wood.
Yeah.
So
that'll be
our plan is.
Can I show the cover, who the cover artist is going to be, and what the cover is going to be?
Go for it.
All right. So our cover.
We would like to do this with this cover.
Hang on, let me go to the page. I got to move.
But it will be
you don't want.
color.
No. I'll find the. I got the color.
Well, that's not color.
That's color. All right. So our cover, which will be the raised metal edition, and then the wooden edition, will both be colored by the one, the only, the great Jim Lee.
Now,
so Jim Lee will be the cover of it.
If I may.
Is that a bamboo veneer, or is it? No, it's bamboo.
No, it's not. We're going to call it bamboo.
What is it? Pine?
I have no idea what
like
type
pine.
of wood it is, and I'll find out. I was just so excited that I had in my hands what I pictured all those years ago. What we will also do is probably this. If you can make me big again.
Yeah. Hang on, Jeff. I want to make her big.
Absolutely.
That wooden border, we're going to try to make a little bit bigger so that you can see more of the wood grain when you see this. And you'll be able to kind of contrast between what the wood grain looks like, which there you can see there, on the nude part versus the colored part.
And
I should have taken a picture.
So we'll do a lot of.
You can really.
Yeah,
I don't know how close we can get. Can you see the wood grain there?
Yep. Yes, you can.
Isn't that amazing? I'm so excited about this.
There you go.
And
look.
Also well, maybe you can see this close. Do you see how the ink almost shimmers?
Yep.
On this wood?
Yep.
It has surpassed.
It's almost like paint.
It has surpassed what I pictured and what I wanted for this by so much that I literally jumped up and down when I saw this a few days ago. Was it Tuesday that I went?
I think so. Yeah.
Tuesday. I got this Tuesday.
So again, So again, that with the beautiful Jim Lee cover colored by Brian Haberlin of Hi-Fi Color Design, which is typical because Jim.
No, hang on. You just said Brian Haberlin of Hi-Fi Color.
Oh, did I say Brian Miller?
Brian Miller.
Which leads me to Brian Haberlin. We'll get to him later on. So anyway, so we're very excited about that. And this will not have the Crusade logo on it. It'll have the Tucci Trooper cover on it. Oh, we could do a Tucci version too.
Well, this is the beautiful part about this.
We could do very limited.
Now
do a
that
Billy
we know
cover.
this,
yeah,
we did just have to decide what cover we were doing.
Oh, we could do both.
We could also do
take all the typos.
And hopefully all you guys who are on tonight are also in the Tucci Troopers chat.
Yeah.
If you're not, go check out the Tucci Troopers page on Facebook and get in the chat. Let us know your opinion. If you don't want to see the Jim Lee cover on it, though we're really excited about it.
Yeah, I want to do Jim Lee.
But if you don't, let us know what you do want to see. That's what that chat is there for. Let us know what you think.
So
yes, the
yeah.
subtle border is very cool.
Yeah.
I just want it to be a little bit wider so you can see a little bit more of the wood.
And again,
But-
these will be very limited. Maybe 100 books. Maybe for the metal, 30 tops.
well,
And we're
that's a
working
really
to try to,
expensive book,
yeah,
too.
we're trying to work with the price to make it a lot more affordable too, because we appreciate you guys. And they will be Tucci Trooper editions. Also for San Diego, we got.
Oh, wait. But this wood. Now, obviously, I can't stop the fabricator from offering this to other people, but we will, in fact, be the first people ever with this wooden comic book cover or graphic novel cover. So we're very excited to be the first at this. And I'm very excited to see something that we technically have talked about for 3 years come to fruition. So I hope you guys are excited as we are.
There's nothing quite like that where you see it in your head before you can do it, and then you finally get to do it.
So it's very funny you say that, because that I was the bane of my mother's existence as a child when it came to important outfits, because I would always get, as she called it, the picture in my head, but it never existed in a store. So when you have the picture in your head and you can't find it, and that's how I ended up actually with a $35 prom dress. I had a picture in my head, and my mother took me everywhere and like doubled the budget just to end the prom shopping, and we just couldn't find the picture in my head. And we happened to walk into a flea market for something totally unrelated, and my jaw dropped, and I pointed up, and up on the ceiling was this beautiful little dotted Swiss dress. And I'm like, there's my prom dress, Mom. And it was $35.
Really? Wow.
That's great.
Well, your wedding dress was really, you got a deal on your wedding dress too.
It never had anything to do with price. It was always.
I think Rosina's shoes cost way more than your wedding dress did.
Probably not.
I don't know. She looked pretty.
No, I mean, literally, our picture, if you look at our picture, it looks like we planned it.
Oh, you didn't?
Barely.
Oh, wow.
You know what her big demand was? Her big demand was it have pockets.
Do your wedding dress have pockets?
No.
And the reason was
pockets were not a thing when we got married, though. There were no wedding dresses with pockets.
Well, it wasn't classically a wedding dress, but it was. She knew she was going to be walking into the sun.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Yeah, and I got to tell you the coolest part, because it's one of my favorite songs to begin with, is she came down the aisle to Green Onions by Booker T and the MGs.
Click on Bobby Nunnery.
And it totally rocked.
That's awesome. She looked beautiful too.
Bobby Nunnery, you're in my head. We're already talking about it. And based on, we don't have a final price yet. And as soon as we do, we'll be out the door. But we will do, if it is cost prohibitive, we'll just do a highly limited number. But we plan on doing 11 by 17 wooden prints. So the cat's out of the bag.
The cat's out of the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool.
So
there is a 2-page spread in Gatecrasher in Brooklyn that I would love to see you guys do a print of. And if you would do a fancy one, that would be even better. But I just saying it.
When we're done, let me know what page, and we'll see if we can run a couple different ideas.
We gotta get the colors back first.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. That's
no, but I can start based on what it is, figure out what the medium is going to be.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that when we're offline.
Yeah,
Jeff. And then again, back to the Tucci Troopers chat. Whatever ideas we have, we're all gonna just kind of troubleshoot out there and hear what you guys have to say about it.
Yeah. We got a lot of fun stuff coming to you guys. It's for San Diego Comic-Con. So
I expected more chat about the wood. So thoughts, please, peeps. Let us know
it's so new. And like I said, we're the only ones. This is the only one in existence that he made. There's no other no other books, no other nothing. And he picked mine and my cover,
no, he
which
didn't
does look really
yours.
good. Oh, you
I
gave
asked him for it.
Okay.
Yeah. Deb,
Oh,
come on.
Well, I thought we were
sorry,
gonna do Jim Lee. That's why. So, but this looks great. Now you got
well,
me
he
kind of
didn't
convinced.
have that art.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking we should do mine and his.
Well,
So
what if we did yours but not this one? Or what if we did the white version, the daytime white tiger version?
Let's talk about it. We'll talk about it. And we will ship all these books with the dust jacket to protect it.
Mm-hmm.
So it will come with a dust jacket. Your wooden cover or your metal cover will be underneath that.
Yeah.
And again, we're going to launch.
Especially with the wood cover. We don't want anything to nick that up.
Yeah, and I believe we're going to launch all of these on the 5th of July or that week. The week immediately
We
following.
don't know that yet.
Why not?
Because I don't know if we're going to have final pricing on it yet. So I can't launch it without final
You've
pricing.
got a month, Missy, so let's...
It's not up to me. It's
let's
up
get
to
cracking.
Devin. He's got a retail price right now. He needs a supplier's cost.
Okay. Well, okay, now going back to San Diego Comic-Con, we're going to have 2 panels this year.
Yay!
Yep. One which will be hosted by J.C. Vaughn, our illustrious guest star right here. He will moderate it. And be a participant, obviously. That is the She Spotlight panel. Spotlight panel on She and Crusade Comics. It'll be
30 years of independence.
Yes, 30 plus years of independence.
Well, that's
So
not what you called it.
yeah. Well, I don't plus it's stupid. So 30 years is fine. So it'll be moderated by J.C. Vaughn. On the panel will be me, will be Deb, will be Stephen Peros, will also be Jimmy Palmiotti, Amanda Connor, Brian Haberlin, and Mike Renzini.
No, he's going to be at the booth.
You sure about that?
Pretty sure.
Okay. He'll be at the booth. So I guess Mike won't be there. That'd be kind of fun to have Mike on a panel. We'll talk about it. I think it's his dream. He really wants to be on a panel, so he should be on a panel.
I don't think it's going to be this year.
He's our production. That's what we do all the time. Anyway, so then we have it. That's on Sunday at 1 p.m. And then on Friday at 1 p.m., I think, or 2 p.m., maybe 12. We have the comic book couples, the return of the comic book couples on Friday. 11 a.m. Oh,
mimosas.
Yeah, we'll have to drink mimosas there. So we're going to have the comic book couples.
Mimosas and Bloody Marys.
Yep, which will be hosted by Steve Peros and his beautiful fiancee Dina Ruggiero. How do you say her name? Ruggiero?
I don't know.
So they're going to be the couple moderators on it. Soloff sadly cannot make San Diego Comic-Con this year. For those of you who are big fans of Soloff out there.
Yeah, anybody who's been to the comic book couples panel, Soloff has done a fantastic job moderating. But I like the idea that we're having a couple moderate the couples.
I do too. I do too.
So I think that's probably going to change the direction of questioning, and the dynamic considerably. And so I'm excited about that.
And he's also going to send us questions beforehand, because some questions that Mike asked, we can't answer that. So
yeah,
so we got to be more prepared.
He asked some really wonderful questions, but they were not questions that you could answer on the fly. We needed to.
He had like 3 questions in a row.
We didn't have to maybe know the questions exactly, but the direction that the questions were being asked. And so we really couldn't give him answers to these great questions that he asked, because we needed a heads up to start thinking about them. They weren't things that we could just say, oh, this is how we feel about them.
And it was a fun panel. Did you catch it last year, Jeff?
No, I was working.
Oh, we had like 200 people in the audience.
I know. I saw the photos.
It was amazing. So the combo couples will be, again, Steve and Dina will be the moderators.
That panel is traveling.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. It didn't help that we were getting sauced on it for the first 2 years. But
who else is on the panel this time?
I think that's why they moved.
Who else is on that panel this time?
They took us out of the convention hall and put us in Marriott, because I guess they figured if we're going to drink, we might as well drink where we're allowed to drink.
Yeah, it was happy. I'll let everyone know that, Jeff, in a minute. It was called Happy Hour with the comic book couples, and so we bought a bunch of wine and a bottle of scotch. And we just sat and we just laughed. And you're talking, if there's how many couples? 4 or 5 couples?
Which time?
Well, just every time. So let's say it's at least 4.
It's always at least 4.
Yeah, so you're talking 60
It's
years
been
of
a different number each year.
Yeah, but you're looking
I'll
at.
be right back.
Okay, so this year will
Matthew's
be
screaming
this year will be Deb and I, Brian Polito and his wife Francisca, Robin and Terry Moore, and Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor. And
But
if you
we may be asking some other people.
Oh, okay. So if you look at that, Jeff, that is 4 couples, each with 30 years of different comic book creating and publishing experience. So it's going to be a feast of a panel for people of information and a lot of fun. We've all been friends for, like I said, over 30 years.
105 years.
Say again?
105 years.
105 years we've all been friends.
Hey, you got a good question here from John Stout, Billy.
John Stout. Is the She Lady Death on another platform? I got my pledge collected for Kickstarter. Hello, John. Yes, She and Lady Death, She Gatecrasher is, if you're referring to She Gatecrasher.
I think he means the cover.
That cover is it's on both. It's on Indiegogo and Kickstarter. So the one you got is the one on Kickstarter. The metal editions are also offered on Kickstarter. I'll share our Kickstarter campaign. Let me just do that.
But they weren't there before, so they're in late pledges we're able to add late pledges now on Kickstarter.
You're definitely able to add late pledges, but these covers were available on Kickstarter.
Oh, okay. The metal ones were.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So I'll share the screen and go to our Kickstarter campaign, which is even bigger than Indiegogo. We've got 1,367 backers. We're approaching $105,000. Thank you all so much. Here we are, Kickstarter. So we'll be closing this campaign too, I believe, not this Thursday, but next Thursday. The following Thursday, we're going to do a nice closeout stream. Yeah, nice closeout show. I think we'll have some fun. And we'll close it out so then we could get all of our exclusives and all of our numbered editions, the number set, our print run set, and then we can just have all that at the printer because of how printing, it's amazing how backlog printers are. It's crazy. But in the meantime, as long as we get everything there, get the proofs okayed, and Jeff, I hope you'll be a part of that approval process, please. And then we're going to move on to Ran, our next book. So we'll do Ran.
I think that
Into the Warrior.
Listen, it's funny. We keep on getting great questions in the chat, Billy.
Okay.
Annie's got one about will the San Diego couple panel be available on video?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Annie. Yes, we will be streaming. We won't be able to stream it live. I think San Diego might do that, but we don't have the internet at the Marriott Hotel, and even at the convention center, the internet is just not good enough to stream it live. I will try to do that, to stream it live from our computer, from our camera. But if not, I'll just load it up that night, and you'll be able to see it on, say, Saturday morning. You'll be able to see the comic book couples panel.
Along those lines, Billy, have you considered doing this panel at other shows as well?
We have. Last year we did it with us again, Jimmy and Amanda Connor, Walter and Louise Simonson, and Robin and Terry Moore at Baltimore Comic Con.
So is that something you'll consider?
I'd love to. I'd love to make this a traveling, a traveling road show, which would be a lot of fun. But
in the old days, that would have been a great one for Pittsburgh.
I know.
Was when that was a fun show.
So my son is, hang on. My son Matthew wrestles at college. So in the summer, he's going 3 times a week to practice. And he's just telling her now that he just wrestled off somebody at a practice tonight. And I'm curious to see what he did. But anywho, so at San Diego Comic-Con, James Sanchez, we are going to miss you this year, brother. And I understand you're going to get a knee replacement. I would do that as well. But we'll miss you, brother. If you change your mind, let us know, okay? We'd love to see you. So anyway, Jeff, so we have a bunch of other things going on for San Diego Comic-Con. We will be releasing The plan is to do She Gatecrasher. We're going to bring back the old Pure Line edition, which is
not.
We should have hold music during this. Dun 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 dun.
I had us muted because we're discussing things.
Okay, so I'm not
I'd
saying it
like
won't
to do-
happen, but you can't say it's going to happen before we
Right.
actually go through the plan.
Right. I would like to do
If
a
we
super.
have to change plans,
Okay, because we didn't offer a black and white edition of this book, and I think it would be glorious to make it exclusive for the San Diego Comic-Con with a twist, as Jeff and I were talking about, and I think that would be something super special, and I think people would go apey over it. And there are apes in this book.
There are apes in this book.
There are apes in this book.
answer John Stout.
I did. You answered John Stout
Yes, it's also on Indiegogo.
and Kickstarter.
He just said I got my
Oh,
pledge
okay.
collect read, honey.
It is, yes, it's on Indiegogo as well, John. If you weren't there before, I can share the Indiegogo campaign. The link is in the description. So, anywho, so we're gonna do something super special for She Gatecrasher for San Diego Comic-Con. Then we're gonna do something for the She Sideblade 30th anniversary edition, or as you guys know, our San Diego actual wood edition of Senryaku, the 30th anniversary edition. We're gonna launch a new IP. It's gonna be a debut. It's gonna be a preview edition of something I've been working on for how long now? Is it 10 years almost?
103 years.
It's not 103. It's probably about 5 or 6 years.
Okay, 5-6 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you did. You did something there. So that's for San Diego. We're gonna make those in the coming weeks. We'll give you guys a lot more information because once we agree on what we're gonna do.
So this new IP that Billy's talking about, we will also have either an ash can or a preview edition of in the RAN campaign.
Yes, 100%. And
so we will be, so people will know about it before San Diego.
someone's not watching our show.
Who is it?
And he's calling.
Dr. Blevins. He's looking for. Did you send him a link?
I didn't send him a link. His dad's in town.
Oh well, that's probably what he's looking for. He's looking for a link.
His father's in town. He's not going to come on.
Okay. You
Anyway,
say so?
yeah, I'm not going to bother him. But his father came in to visit him for the week.
Okay, BC or
Yeah, what's
AC?
that? I don't know what that means.
Before or after which con? I'm guessing.
I don't know what
Before
it
con or after con.
All right, Marcus. Yeah, yanks are up.
Please elaborate, Mr. Fraga.
I like how he calls it the Indians. Well done. Too bad I can't read lips, says Miss Stip. And then we're gonna
Love
close.
you, Amanda.
Yes, we're gonna close the show out. Jeff, is there anything before I do?
Before COVID or after?
Oh,
COVID.
okay. Is there anything, Jeff, that you'd like to disclose or share?
That's a great question. Not
Can I
yet.
ask you a question?
Yeah, you can
Are
ask me.
you now, or have you ever been a member of the Communist Party?
I've been a member of the All Night Party,
I didn't even know about that.
but
So you obviously didn't answer the question.
BC, Robert Fraga. Before COVID.
What was before COVID?
The new IP.
Oh yeah, before COVID. I came.
oh yeah, way before.
Yeah. So Jeff, what would you like to talk about? How is Al Capone Vampire doing, printing wise and all that stuff?
Oh, that's all done. That's all out
Well
there. The only thing I've created lately is Honey Boo Boo signs featuring you. That's really not true. I'm actually working on a project that you
Is that
know
what I get
about.
to call it? Is that what I get to call Billy from now on, Honey Boo Boo?
Absolutely.
Okay, Honey Boo Boo.
I'll be your Honey Boo Boo. Heck yes.
I will listen. I've got something like 38 cents here, Deb. It's all yours if you do that. Billy, show the last two. Come on.
Oh no. I don't even know what the hell that one is from. What is that from? Why
I don't know.
funny?
Mark just grabbed it off your Facebook page.
I'm definitely,
That's how you smile when people take pictures of you.
I don't smile like
Yes, you
that.
do.
I'm screaming at somebody.
no,
Why would
you're
I
not.
smile like that? It's
No,
not a
you're
smile.
not. We have so many pictures of you with
No.
that expression.
I think
on
if
your
someone
face.
recognized me, like,
I look at this-
hey, like
I look at this.
birthday.
I look at this and I think new and improved Joker products.
Oh, this is a winner right here. Look.
No, it actually, I am working on something that I cooked up at San Diego a number of years ago. One of my colleagues was rooming with me, Kevin Brennan, and we just said something that just made us laugh and laugh and laugh. And now we're, I don't want to talk about what it is, but now we're actually doing a real honest to goodness pitch for it. And it's so absurd that it might actually happen. Aaron Lepresti's doing a image for us.
Is that what I'm doing an image for you as
No,
well?
no.
That's your other thing that
Another thing
All
that
right.
just has sort of come to me very recently. It is, but as to Mr. Capone, both it and Vampire PA, the next chapter of Capone is actually done art-wise. The script and art are done, and they've actually been done for a while. The guys are waiting for me to do the penultimate Vampire PA story.
Wow.
It's going to be a regular size comic that'll probably be a flip book with the Capone, which are both prequels to their next chapters. The Capone may be the last one I do for a while because I've got a bunch of other things that I just really want to do. But the Vampire PA, the next big chapter is the actual last chapter.
The last chapter.
Yeah. And
I got to call it that the final chapter or something.
The long-awaited conclusion.
Yes. I may do that. But Stippling Vaughn, we do need more Vampire PA. Scuba Dave does need a moment in the spotlight, and he will get it in the story I'm talking about. Scuba Dave's likeness is based on my dear late friend Kevin Topham's likeness, and I always have a blast writing that character for that reason, and that he's taken on his own personality as well.
Scuba Dave. God bless you,
and
Kevin.
He's named Scuba Dave. He's named Scuba Dave because he talked about taking a scuba vacation.
Did he talked about it?
Yeah, he just talked about it. And I've done that to people where they said something and that became their nickname. I've had it done to me too. And it just sort of cracks me up. So
that's like great. Fruit Loops on Big Bang, right?
What?
We had a graphic artist on the Overstreet staff when I first started. Well, maybe shortly after I first started, and one of the other designers referred to her as Fruit Loop, and I swear there were people on the staff that didn't know her name.
Oh no!
And they just referred to her as Fruit, or did it become Fruity or Loopy or something?
Did you really not see that episode of Big Bang?
I didn't.
That's a fantastic episode.
I did not see that episode.
Wallowitz is getting ready for his astronaut mission, and they all have cool nicknames, and he wants his nickname to be Rocket Man. So he has this plan that for their next video call, he's going to have Elton John playing Man in the background. And that's going to make them think, oh, we're going to call Wallowitz Rocket Man. So the video call happens, and he's got Elton John in the background, and Mrs. Wallowitz screams up, Howard, you want your Fruit Loops?
All right.
And he was Fruit Loops.
That's great.
That is marvelous. Truly.
I love that marvelous show. I never get tired of it. Oh my God.
What's really great about it, the insane songs that Howard and Raj sing. My friend Grant Geisman wrote those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did the music for 2.5 Men, the theme. And he's a Grammy nominated jazz musician, but he's also done all sorts of other stuff, like the season 1 theme for Monk, which is that the acoustic classical guitar. That's him playing. He didn't write it. I think Jeff Beal wrote it, but he's the one playing it. So he's freaking marvelous. And aside from that, why I know him is he's an accomplished multi-book EC Comics and Mad Magazine historian.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Wow. He is one of the greatest living authorities on EC.
Huh.
And so it's just weird that I know this guy, that I have his albums on my playlist.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So
he wrote the song where they're
like Thor and Dr. Jones,
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Thor and Dr. Jones, and all that kind of stuff like that. Yeah, he co-wrote all those.
I love it. I'd love to talk to him.
Well, you know what? He'll be at San Diego. I'll reach out and see if he's coming.
That would be fantastic.
We'll catch a cocktail with him at the Marriott.
That would be fantastic. I would love that.
He's a real interesting guy to start with.
Interesting. So, all right, guys. Well, we're gonna head out. Before I do, though, I want to thank everyone for backing our very first She Tucci Trooper edition, the She Way of the Warrior number 5, 5th anniversary 30th anniversary edition. This was the comic that turned it all around for us. A lot of these are blowing out.
I remember when
sold out. Okay, sold out.
Metal edition. The
oh really?
Silvestri Metal edition is sold out, which is why I was bringing up what I was bringing up before we came on about maybe doing a slightly varied color version of your cover as a metal cover. But like I said, we're kind of still talking about that.
Oh, okay,
but that might be fun just for San Diego.
Yeah. With the sun and all, and put the San Diego logo on it or something. That could be cool.
We've talked about this on the last show. That number 5, man, that was the first one that came out after I was on the staff at Overstreet.
Yeah, and
it just, the upgrade in coloring just felt so different because the technology, the art was catching up to the technology.
Yeah. I think that my art improved as well, like 100%.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah, like tenfold from the first issue, I believe, and it was a great time. It really was a great time.
I want to ask a question. I realize it's impossible to always pick a favorite, but was that moment the sort of your favorite moment out of the run, or was actually getting the first one the biggest thing?
No, geez, it's tough. It might have been this one because I knew this one was going to do well, sort of like, and it did, and it exceeded expectations. Like, this is when everyone started doing great reviews about it, and Maggie Thompson's like, you have to go out and buy the first 4 books, and it opened the eyes of many mainstream readers as opposed to just collectors.
You started really picking up people that ran mainly Marvel DC stores, and maybe Image had cracked in there. You started getting in there with those guys.
Yeah, yep. And then I became friends with them all, and this led to the Mark Silvestri variant colored by Brian Haberlin is what then led to Cyblade She.
Can I interject here?
Sure.
We had a request on social media. I don't know if it was today, but it was this week, to do a T-shirt of the Silvestri She. Thoughts?
Oh, that'd be cool. Like a all black and with the white face. Mm-hmm. Maybe a button-up shirt that's on the back of the shirt with the She logo on the.
Well, I think they're asking for a T-shirt because it will be more affordable. That would be very expensive.
Yeah.
I also think that if you did that on a black T-shirt, it'd be badass.
Yeah. It would basically look like the metal cover.
Yeah. Well, let's. Why don't you put it out there to the Tucci Troopers on Facebook? Put it out to our Tucci Troopers. I'm kind of doing
that now, hoping that they're all on since I posted this live on Tucci Troopers.
All right.
So anybody who Are you guys on anti-social media as well? What's anti-social media?
It's like it's kind of similar to unoriginal art,
Very much so.
which is cheaper than original art, isn't it, Jeff? Isn't
Yeah,
it more
yeah,
affordable?
and then there's still decommissioned art.
Oh, decommissioned. Yeah, I want to do a poll though before we leave, because I want to hear what the audience thinks about the girl from the tweet from the ex. What she did to find her boyfriend, that she's going on a date with him, and I want to know if people think that's weird or not. How do I do a poll? Let's see. Jeff, do you know how to do all that stuff?
Nope.
Neither do I.
Try
Maybe
to have
I
other
do it on
people do
YouTube.
Right now.
Yeah, maybe I have to do it on YouTube.
I try to have other people do that stuff for me.
Yeah, can anyone make a poll for us? Because I'd love to see if they think that this girl is batshit crazy and wily, or if she's sweet and smart.
Determined.
Determined to and for those of you that might have missed it, I'm going to share it again, because we're kind of at, I thought you would be totally like, this is a great, no, she's smart. So let's watch it. Here we go.
Smart. She absolutely was.
Right,
I
but
just
is it-
don't. I don't have that much time on my hands to figure all that out.
That is a lot of stuff she did. That's more than using the phone on their
right.
dorm floor
I didn't go to that
level.
degree.
Yeah. So let's watch this, guys, before we leave, and we'll say goodbye. But I want to figure if anyone could do a poll.
I saw this really cute guy at the grocery store the other day, so naturally I followed him to the checkout counter, and when he gave the cashier his credit card, I peeped it to see what his name was. And then I Googled him and found his social media profiles, and I was able to tell that he was single. So I went through his friends list, and I found his mother's page. And then I looked through his mother's page, and I saw that she was a member of this book club that's in my area. So I sent a request to join the book club. So I went to the book club meeting, and I met his mom there, and we bonded over some books that we both liked. And she just thought I was so nice. And I brought it up randomly in conversation that I was single. And she let me know that she had a son that was single also that lived in the area. And maybe it would be cool for us to get together and chat sometime. So I gave her my number, which she gave to her son. And this morning he texted me and asked if I'd like to get together this weekend and do something. So I guess we're going to go on a date. I'm really excited.
Okay, so is that red flag or green flag? No or go?
What's a yellow flag?
No, I think it's pretty cool. So I don't know.
Green
you-
flag,
you thought
green
it was-
flag with
It's-
orange flashlights going like this.
Yeah. I'm going to show this for
wait.
what?
What?
I have
Miss
Jeff and
Steph
Rosine.
just says, yes, I need a she t-shirt. Do you need any she t-shirt?
Or that
Or
one.
do you want that t-shirt is my question. Because like you said, like some people said previously, they were looking, yeah, she will buy it. I'll be buying it for her.
Yeah. And Senor Cabron says, I like the effort, but if a guy did that, he'd be a stalker. Definitely, for sure.
I was a stalker. Big,
Yeah. So here we go. Jeffrey.
It is stalkerish. Let's
Yeah.
just explain that, and I think that's what this conversation has come full circle now, but that's what I was kind of trying to say to you in the beginning when you said it reminded you of what I did. I didn't stalk you.
I thought you said you did stalk me.
I was just curious about who you were, and I ended up on your floor, and I found your name and realized it was across from the phone, and I made a phone call to see if you'd come out. I only did it once.
Oh, did you have your own phone?
Yeah.
Give me a kiss. All right. Okay, so here's Jeff and the fair Rosina on their wedding day. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I love that photo.
I love the hat, Jeff.
Well done.
First time I ever had dress boots.
I agree, Amanda.
You still have dress boots, don't you?
I do.
Oh, we gotta go see a country band or something, and we wear our cowboy boots.
I have cowboy hats, cowboy boots. I got it all. I'm ready.
That was a great day, huh? Sorry we
Yeah.
couldn't make it. Thank you
too.
for the invite.
Me
we just
too.
couldn't
I wish we
You
afford
were
it.
there. You were there at the legal one.
Yeah,
We
that's
were
right.
there at the real one.
That's right. So we went. So when Jeff, you apply for a real,
The reason we did that is we waited so freaking long to get married I was not going to be told in 10 years, oh, that one in Mexico wasn't legal. So I'm just covering bases.
Yeah. So when we go to the town clerk, when Jeff and Rosina getting married, I walked up with Jeff and I said, we'd like to get married today.
Knuckleheads.
And the lady's like, really?
Frack.
Yeah. And this is so funny because this is, liberal New York, it's Long Island. And it was Nassau County. Everybody looking at us like, oh boy. Look at
and what was really appalling was the girl, we were hoping we were going to get Kate Murray, the town supervisor. And we got some girl, it looked like she just rolled out of bed and couldn't have been more bored.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do?
But you guys were there and I
was honored to be there, Jeff.
And we had a neat little meal afterwards.
That was fantastic.
I still think about that place.
Yeah, me too.
I would like to go back there.
We should do that.
Yeah, we would see.
We have to we'll have an anniversary celebration.
Well, it passed.
I know
that's
that.
okay. We'll do it anyway.
Yeah,
on the anniversary.
Yeah, nice Saturday.
Yeah.
Sunday brunch. Instead of going to brunch, go there. That'd be great.
We also have another great place to take you guys for that. For breakfast.
All right. And we would see the priest who married us, Father Bob. We would see him in bars, hammered drunk.
Yep.
He's cool. He's so cool.
So you guys sort of ruined him.
So before,
no, I think he was ruined.
No, before he went to the seminary, he followed the Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
He was
great.
He was amazing. And actually, and I remember this like it was yesterday. Do you remember his sermon during our wedding? So he talked about, and I swear I do go back to this when I'm ready to strangle you, but he talked about the meaning of the word love and how it's overused in our vernacular. And he's like, I love pizza. Doesn't mean I want to marry pizza, but I do genuinely love pizza. And we start cracking up during the ceremony.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's another place we used to run into him all the time.
That's right.
The pizza ball.
Yep. Yeah. So
love isn't something we fall into like a mud puddle. It's a decision we make. And he was hilarious.
Yep. Good times. And on that note, God bless you, Father Bob.
I have.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I have one more note since Father's Day is upon us.
Oh, then let's share this for sure. Let's share this for sure.
I have never been as cool as my dad is in this photo.
That's your father?
Yeah, that's Mr. Vaughn. Yep.
And it is a black and white photo that Joe Ahern of Captain Action Enterprises colored, and he did a freaking great job.
Yeah, he did.
I have a crush on your dad.
He even got the Air Force, the blue that he made that.
And I think that's out in the Mojave.
The blonde version of my dad, right? He's got that long, chiseled face, right?
He's out in the Mojave there.
Eyes, yeah.
It's before he went to Korea. And it's really funny. My dad's been gone a long time, and I miss him to talk to him, but we're at a point now where age-wise it makes sense that he's gone. And he died young for his family, so he was almost 79. But my dad
was 79 when he died also.
Yeah, but his brother is, he'd be in his 90s now, and his brother lived to be 96. But I look at this and there's no negative emotions. It's not about missing or anything. It just makes me happy.
Yeah,
it should. And I hope proud.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Jeff, you got to join the Sons of American Legion. Join our post.
Come
on down.
Come on down.
Come on down.
It's like the Price is Right, only different.
Yeah. God bless him.
Much different.
Yep.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
Of course.
The funny thing is,
thank you for sharing that with us.
He was genuinely appalled by Father's Day. He was a guy's guy. He didn't need any of that crap. Mother's Day, fine. Father's Day, fat.
When did he go fishing then?
He didn't.
That's
he talked about. Okay, if we're going to go down this road, just really quick, one dad story. my dad was a soda jerk.
Okay.
And he saved up enough money by the time he was 16. He took a train from Pittsburgh to Washington, D.C. And on that trip, he met J. Edgar Hoover.
What?
So well into my lifetime, we received a complimentary subscription to FBI Law Enforcement Bulletin. So I grew up reading.
Wow.
Holy cow. That's crazy.
Ain't that something?
So
Mr. Hoover. All right, guys. So anyway, again, it is
okay, two things really quick.
Yeah.
I got to say this. You've heard me saying this, Deb. I don't know if you have. This book, Gatecrasher, is so freaking good. And I just don't say that about my own stuff. But I'm telling you right now that if this was the first She comic you discovered, you would be a fan for life. But for the people that are already on board, this is going to be something special.
Yeah.
For a couple reasons.
It's a lot of fun.
You know, exactly. You know, She comics are always very serious. And it's nice to have a lighthearted one, right? But yet it's still detail oriented. It still follows through with what a She comic is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's apes. My God, there's apes and dinosaurs and Nazi robots.
And giant killer robots and
cowboys and Indians.
And there's just so many things in here. And you know, it's a more current phrase than I normally use, but it's also pretty meta because there's a great deal of self-awareness in this about comics history, eras, trends, following the crowd. And it's truthfully, for that part, I really wanted it to be a message about Billy carving out his own path as he did by not following the trends, the difference we see between Ran and She. And as you've told me, like when he gets on a Jag doing research and it starts affecting the output of stuff, you can tell that how much it elevates his game. And I look at this and I what I really wanted out of this was it to be a testament to that.
Thank you, Old Bean. I think you did a killer job on it. So proud to be working on this with you. And I guess the only way I can sum it up is it's like your last picture with Gina Lollobrigida. It's out of this world. And we actually do go.
College wrestler.
Hey, buddy. So how did practice go?
It went.
What do you mean, just went? Was it good? Was it good or
I
no?
was frustrated, but it was very good.
It was a good practice. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you guys off.
It's all good.
All right.
All good.
All right,
We're
guys.
just closing up now anyway.
Yep. All right, guys. So you didn't get beat up by a kid lighter than you did.
No, never.
Okay. Oh, jeez. All right. Okay. All right, guys. Good to see you all. Thank you for joining us. I will be back this week on the Kings on Monday night. Maybe I'll be going during the weekend too. Tuesday nights of Professionals. Wednesday. Oh, I can't do the Professionals. I'm gonna miss the Professionals. It's our American Legion the officers induction.
He'll be in
I thought we weren't doing an induction.
We're having we're not gonna do the whole ceremony. We're gonna have a party.
So we can go on late. No.
I don't know how long it's
Grilled cheeses for everyone.
Yeah. Anyway, and but then next Thursday, Debbie and I, and hopefully Jeff, will be back with us on Thursday Night Live, and
hopefully we'll have some more fun stuff to talk about.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have some color to show you guys, and definitely the black and white.
More,
yes.
Prototypes.
All right, guys. Thank you all for supporting us. Remember, you have She Gatecrasher will be closing in 2 weeks on both Kickstarter and Indiegogo. We're going to close it on not this Thursday, but the following Thursday. I think Indiegogo will close on Wednesday. And
do we know that?
I don't know. I got to check the dates because Shane's launching, and I don't know if he's launching around that time.
So Indiegogo is questionable, but we'll be closing Kickstarter in 2 weeks.
Yeah. So thank you all. God bless. And how you sleeping? I just want to.
Good night.
Goodbye. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Thursday Night Live with Bill Tucci.
Behold his mighty hand.
Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang.
Just want to manage expectations.
Weird, weird.
This is the worst.
Hey everyone, thank you for joining us on Pop XP. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and also click the bell for notifications when we go live and we upload some awesome new content. Also, don't forget to head on over to Twitter and follow us at the Pop XP and over on Instagram at the Pop XP. Thanks again everyone, and we'll see you soon.
But go away. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, June 5th. Goodbye. How you doing? Get a life.